still contribute. We call it the open mic segment or the open season. I've had all the issues. So let's with my popular opinion for today. It's unpopular usually, but it's something a lot of you already know. Growing up in River State, when I look as far back as to the 90s, even to the 80s, I am reminded of the fact that a lot of the insecurity plaguing River State were non-existent at the time. So yes, we had issues of armed robbery, had issues of maybe ritual activities. Yes, we did have, there were times when they would abduct people, but it wasn't as rampant as it is now. But relatively, River State was peaceful. Growing up in River State, for as many of you who grew up here, for as many of you who are from River State, even for as many of you who would hear River State then, you would agree with me. River State was largely peaceful. And activities, usually, it was done at the very high stage in tertiary institutions. And those were the places that you would hear about cultism until we began to see a lot of it on the streets. That's not to say cultism did not exist at the time, but I'm saying it wasn't as pronounced as it is now. Democratic as went by, what some people have now called the emancipation of the nation. And at that point, it was okay. Kidnapping of men the United Delta is tidy, and people were clapping. Yes, our oil. They are taking our oil away. So yes, catch them. They are leaving our environment in a bad state, in a bad shape. Catch them, kidnap them, collect the money. It's something similar to what is happening with the illegal oil refining these days. It's our oil. That's how some people sound when the conversations were happening then. But after a while, because the multinationals could no longer guarantee the safety of the export rates, brothers from different parts of the country who were now in River State, in the various creeks, doing this. But the kidnapping business was seen to be very lucrative. I mean, you kidnap a white man and they give you huge Ghana must go, as at that time, it was in Ghana must go bags that they would put it. And then sometimes it is in dollars. Like we say in our local parlance, boys were cashing out. Boys were receiving huge amounts of money. And then the kidnapping went on, and it then reached the time we began to kidnap our fellow Nigerian citizens. And even though someone would argue the amnesty program has come in and has been able to, help the system a little bit, some people can argue that, right? Even if some people currently are arguing that, we've still seen that we are currently reaping, in my opinion, the consequences of the actions of yesteryears. And so people who are into ritual activities have become more. People who are into kidnapping as a business have become more. Remember this situation where, I think it was in Rumusi or Ruki, of them, where in a wonderful neighborhood where people live, the police or security agencies were able to track and catch kidnappers who had somebody they had kidnapped and were acting from. And so the kidnapping business has become a thing. Cultism has even become more pronounced now, and I like to think it is because we politicized a lot of these insecurities in River State and the Niger Delta at large. We politicized it. And so, it became even more pronounced. And now we are... And why I'm talking about it is because I'm in a state of wonder, state of conundrum as to why the government has not really done as much to tackle some of these things. And this is why I'm so you've heard the story. You must have heard the story that a 12-year-old Franklin Choma Blessing, who was kidnapped on the 11th of May, was rescued on today from a forest in Igbo Kingdom in IgboEtche local government area. So what he did, because it sounds very familiar, I don't know if it's just me, but it sounds really very familiar. You know, someone kidnapped and rescued or found in that kingdom, in that local government area. So this is what I did. I took my phone and I did a Google search. And then I put IgboEtche kidnapping. And then, of course, this recent one, Rivers, police rescue 12-year-old girl from forest, popped up as one of the headlines. That was Daily Post Nigeria. The Punch, published on the 28th of December 2022, has this headline: family have abducted Rivers man demands release. The family of Uchenna AK, who was kidnapped by gunmen at the time at his residence in IgboEtche, it's there. You can join me and do a Google search now. You see what I mean. I wrote the Punch newspaper, 6th August 2021. Rivers youths threaten to shut down road over kidnapping orders. 6th August 2021. On the Vanguard newspaper, published 9th November 2021, police recover body of kidnapped army captain in farmland. Still in IgboEtche. 30th June 2020. Rivers police arrest notorious. Okay, I wouldn't take that headline because I'm not sure of the source, so I'm going to skip that one. But Daily Trust, 3rd July 2020. How police bust serial killer hideout in Rivers. Guess where again? IgboEtche community in IgboEtche local government area. So I started my narrative by telling you about Rivers State as it was when I was young and when I was a little bit grown, and I've gotten to this point now. And it is because we've not really paid attention to the insecurity, and it looks like the insecurity continues to grow and become a monster that has continually bedeviled our society here in Rivers State. What is it about IgboEtche? And I'm not here to castigate the community or, anybody. I'm not going to do that. But I have a series of questions. If that place is notorious for this kind of activities, why have we not had the police? That's the first point of call. Why have we not had the police concentrate? I mean, recently, the police did some deployments to several parts of the state. I was on my way to the office. They even stopped me. I obliged, I allowed them search me, the car I was in. I wouldn't tell you the location, but, I played along. And my number one question is, why don't we have... I also want to thank the police for being able to rescue this young child. But why have we not seen... Because usually, my basic knowledge of security, when a place is a hot spot for certain insecurities, the police finds a strategy, a unique strategy in tackling those insecurities. Secondly, the community people. I'm wondering why they have not set up a structure as to flush out the bad eggs. Because if that community's name is tarnished, the people will get to feel it. The people will get to be affected negatively by the community's name being tarnished. So I'm wondering, why is the community not already up and running and finding ways to tackle, maybe working in collaboration with the police? I do not know. I'm going for a quick break shortly. When I do come back, I would ask questions open for, and it could be stations.
Stay on track with Nigeria Info.
PFN.
Please, why have they not, done something strategic about insecurities in that region, in part of Rivers State? 1, 2. I was asking community people or the various needs around that place, the decision rulers, all of them. Why have they not, put up a structure as to protect the name of that region? Because once that name is tarnished, the economy of that place will be affected, because security is directly proportional to the economic status of that place. Who would want to go set up a business there? Who would want to go, conduct a business activity there? Who is going to think about it. And so whatever business, whatever the people in that region are trying to do will now be stunted because of a bad image or a bad perception of that place. So I'm wondering why the community people have not been able, especially the traditional rulers. But more importantly, I am perplexed as to why the Rivers State government is yet to do something about it. Like I said, if you do a Google search, you would see the different stories of different kinds of insecurities that have happened in that region. And my basic primary knowledge of government is that the government is saddled with the responsibility of protecting the lives and the properties of the citizens and even the non-citizens residing in that geographical space. Is it because it's not politics? I'm wondering. I'm just asking. These are questions in my head, and I'm letting it out, right? Is it because it's not politics? Because maybe if it was politics, maybe something would have been done. I remember when we were shoot everywhere, bunkery. Nobody listened. They say, it's the federal government. No, state should do something about it. When it was time, should I say this? Yeah. When it was close to the political season, we began to see solutions that could have been put in even from the get-go. So I'm wondering, is it because there's nothing political about this? There's no, I'm wondering. You remember, I would say East-West Road, West, and the Rivers State government put out a directive to the traditional rulers, and I remember vividly at the time, the Rivers State governor threatened to dethrone any traditional ruler who failed. to tackle the insecurities and bring peace to the communities. So we saw different. We also use those, activities for radio conversations, where some committees took some of these boys to the alcohol. What was it? Was it about that case that nobody wants to do anything about it? And number 4, while I'm waiting for the state government to protect the lives of both the people who live and I'm also wondering about the local government chairman. He also is saddled with responsibility. This government is directly governing the local government. This is the questions in my head. And like I said, it may not be rocket science questions, right? It's something a lot of you may already be asking yourselves or asking your friends, asking these. I'm really confused. I saw the report on Saturday evening or Sunday morning, and I've been asking myself ever since I saw the report. What is it about that place? But I say that I commend the police. I mean, it was a quick operation. They were able to get and rescue the girl. It's something I do applaud. It's something I do appreciate when someone does his work and does it well. I mean, it's not wrong to appreciate once in a while or every one time the person does it well. All right. So I do appreciate the police, the River State Police, for such a rescue. I'm hoping also that they were the ones who did the rescue. I mean, they gave the report, so I'm hoping they did give the rescue. But this is the point where you tell me what you think about this issue. And we have several platforms by which you can make your contributions. We've got Facebook, we've got Twitter, we're live on Facebook, Nigerian PH, Twitter Nigerian PH, or still you can me messages either via WhatsApp or via the text message portal, whichever one you find comfortable. And the number is 0809 030 6416. Once again, 0809 030 6416. But if you really want to have a conversation with me via the telephone, then you can call these numbers: 0817 923 0002. Once again, 0817 923 0002. Or you could call the other number, 0817 923 0003. Once again, 0817 923 0003. Now, I think you who would like to call the WhatsApp number, you should desist from doing that. I can't take your calls. I've said that like 1,000 times, and I want to believe my colleagues have also told you that you should not be calling the WhatsApp number. The 0817923 numbers are the numbers you're supposed to call, and the first one is 0002, and the second one is 0003. So I've made my thoughts bare on the show this afternoon. It's now time for me to hear from you. It's now time for me to understand how you are viewing. What's your perception about this issue? Andy calling from Apajo. I'm going to take my first call now. Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Good afternoon to you, Andy. Welcome.
Afternoon.
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. Go ahead.
Okay. It's hard time to tell ourselves the truth.
And what is the truth?
Enough of this city, River State.
Okay.
We are a river state, and apparently we know who are the figureheads of this issue of cultism in River State. If you look at this issue holistically, we are in this river state, and we have seen the royal father. So we have made a that don't.
No. Let's rephrase. When you grant, I mean, like I mentioned, and if you were listening, the amnesty program came into existence in I think during Yaradua's administration, and so a lot of the people you want to talk about, went into that amnesty program. They were pardoned basically, and once someone has been pardoned, you can't call them.
Even after I am telling you that even after the amnesty thing, these same people perpetrated these evil acts and these their evil agendas in this state.
Okay.
And this same was made a traditional ruler in one of the communities in this state.
Okay.
To tell you the truth, and I will tell you that if you want this nonsense to stop, hold our so-called traditional rulers responsible, and also the state government uses these boys.
When you say the state, sorry, I'm pausing you because when you say things, I want to understand them. When you say, can you hear me?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
I'm hearing you, sir.
All right. So when you said the state government used these boys, I don't understand. Have you seen the state government in some kind of contract with these boys?
I don't. You know, we're in the radio station. I wouldn't want to be open, but we can have this conversation one-on-one.
Okay.
We know what happens during elections in this state.
Okay.
So nobody can tell me anything different. We live together. We tell ourselves we have to this up. We go to make stop patronizing through the traditional. Even some members of this state called groups.
That's an allegation. Thank you very much. I've got to let you go there. Richard from Abducted, welcome.
Good afternoon, Kalada.
Yeah, good afternoon, Richard.
Regarding the conversation, sometimes my people used to say it is good to be quick in removing the hand of the monkey from the soup before it turns to human hand. What you see is the neglect of removing the hand of the monkey from the soup, and now it has turned to human hand.
Okay.
I came to Port Harcourt 1987, and I am sure Port Harcourt was very peaceful outside the little wahalas that we were able to curtail. But when we begin to neglect persons that is supposed to be helped in the society, people will go to school. After going to school, they will come out for nothing. Their parents will sell their clothes, sell everything, sell their land, train them in school. They will come out and nothing will happen. Then at the end of the day, the people that are in the bush killing, kidnapping, will be called and give amnesty. Some of them taken sent abroad to learn whatever and all those things. They will come and drop 1 or 2 guns and leaving the rest. And you are paying them for being bad boys. You are paying them for perpetrating evil in the society. You are paying them for kidnapping. You are paying them for stealing and all the rest of that. Then the people that will spend their time, their parents' money, their energy, go to school and come out, nothing for them. What you are doing is that you're encouraging people that want to be good to join the bad thing. Since it is the bad people that are eating, that are taken care of. In Nigeria, nobody gives you attention unless you're a bad guy.
All right.
Unless you're a bad man. If you want to get attention in Nigeria,
are you saying nobody? Are you saying nobody is giving me attention? So are you saying nobody is giving you attention? Is that what you're saying?
It's not me, my brother. The issue is this: all of us are not the same thing.
Okay.
There are people that can endure hardship to the letter, but there are people that cannot enjoy it. There are people that cannot emulate bad things no matter what. But there are people that cannot, when they see that this is the trend, they want to join the trend. That is the society for you.
Right.
So when you see, like somebody just said, a man who is known for notorious activities, and people will praise him, even the government will embrace and all the rest of it. What are you expecting in the society?
All right.
Like you just said, the people in IgboEtche, if the government of the River State wants to declare them wanted today, if they declare them wanted today, wherever forest they are can be cleared, they can be combed, and all of them, arrested and dealt with.
All right, thank you very much, Richard. Richard, I've got to go now. Thank you very much. But Richard has just reminded me of the Sambisa forest. And it is now looking like some impossibility. When we talk Sambisa Forest and we talk about the Boko Boys and we talk about it seems like some impossibility. It's not they'll tell you it's not a conventional war, and I do agree it's not a conventional war. I'm guessing it's the same thing with this situation, or maybe we can draw similarities. But what do I know? Chima is calling from Eleme, so I'm going to take Chima's call now. Chima, welcome.
Thank you very much, Kalada. Yes, Kalada, just like the last caller, we know when all this is said. In event of election, democracy, the politics of bitterness, and then winner take it all. syndrome. You understand? That was when all this thing started. And politicians kept patronizing these guys. Look, Canada, how will you measure somebody who is into crime and is being given a carrot called amnesty? Look, before you give somebody amnesty, justice must first of all take it off. But here, reverse is the case. The government even begs criminals to come and accept amnesty. It is when the criminals fail the firepower of the government that have been gone through the law, then government can consider if they will grant such a criminal amnesty. But here, reverse is the case. So how will you tell me that somebody who was into crime, at the end of the day, making most of them are in the government house, most of them are local government chairmen, most of them are assemblies. So what is that? Crime will be practically to the barest minimum. If somebody who contravened the law must face the law, irrespective of whose house is gone.
All right.
We give a criminal to become head of family. Look, Canada.
All right.
A particular criminal that was killed in Awoda, Donwani. You understand? It's not hidden. Do you know that he was made a chief? I don't know if you have forgotten.
All right, no, I've not.
He was made a chief, but subsequently he went back into crime. So there is no way you will give a criminal. There is no amount of amnesty given to criminals that such criminal will repent.
No, people, no, Chima, I might disagree with you on that one because people repent. I mean, you have repented of certain sins as well. But thank you for your time, Chima. Thank you. I've got to go. Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Sue. Zion is calling from Jare. Zion, welcome.
There was a day in my community, few guys decided they want to form a cult group. And they enchanted their so-called enchantations, seeing their flag, and information gets to the necessary authorities. At least I was among those that was consulted for the issue. Guess what? We round them up in the community. Take them down to the community center, gather the community. I'm talking about somewhere in Bayelsa State and the job community. Plus their parents warned them very well. My brother, it's about 5 years ago. Till today in that community, iota of any child thinking of cultism because the community stood up.
All right.
What is wrong that the community, we are calling IgboEtche is not one community. It's the local government that houses a lot of communities. So what are the community leaders in IgboEtche doing? Are we sure they are not benefiting from the proceeds?
That would be an allegation because we do not have proof, and you know my rules. You know my rules. Yeah.
Are we sure they are not benefiting? Because if it's a business they are not benefiting, but they would have done the needful. Look at them, the oil gas issue. What happened? One man took the responsibility. We must stop. We need to stood up and say, "This must stop." You just said you went to Google. As you mentioned that, and I went there. Look at how it lined up. IgboEtche, this, that. It's a negative line. So now if an investor is even thinking about he's scared. Most of all these land vendors, it's not a share they are mentioning. And you know, even those who have bought land, a lot of them have not developed this land because they are afraid. So I want to use medium to call on the leadership of IgboEtche community from a vigilante.
All right then.
Present it to the Nigerian police.
But then again, I'm not so comfortable with vigilantes, so I do not know how that will work because we've seen where vigilantes have gone rogue. All right.
Do you know that from
summarize, please, Zion.
Do you know the police checkpoints? You want to tell me people don't follow through the road? How come the police never stop and apprehended them?
All right then. All right, Zion, I have to pause you there now. Robin is calling from HA. Robin, welcome.
That Yes, thank you very much. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon to you.
The object is not competency matters.
All right then.
If that is the case, River State Assembly made a law on cultists. How many cultists have been arrested and charged to court?
Is it the one of 14 years imprisonment?
I don't know the details, but that's a law.
Okay, yeah, there is
How
a law.
many times have police arrested anybody and charged them to court? But you can imagine, the police, we were here when we were shouting, Lechi waterfront, this, that. What will the police say? Court clash. Is there any area in River State that is ungoverned?
Interesting.
The answer is no. We have councillors of every ward. We have assembly members of every constituency. We have reps. We have senators. When the hand of the monkey is too long with the soup, it turns a woman's hand. God bless you.
What's with the monkey's hand and the soup? What is with the monkey's hand and the soup? Thank you nonetheless for calling in, Robin, all the way from H. I've got AB calling from Sania Batter.
Bible says my body is not for date.
Some messages on WhatsApp and let's see. Okay, I'm fine to they should need for one time. Some of the checkers always get all right, they know. I'll come to the answers shortly. Let me take another message. This one says any day they will kidnap a relative of the governor or person very close to the governor or the government house in the state or the national government, then something will be done. Interesting. HA people should cover their faces. As a man, I cannot even friend. No, that is hate speech. I'm not going to continue with that one. That's hate speech. This one says, greetings, Kalada. A direct reason for the succession of kidnapping, cultism, etc. is that they all gain political patronage by our leaders, and until all the present and past leaders are allowed to face the wrath of the law with immunity exclusion when found wanting, the stories remain the same. All right. What a way to look at it. Okay. This is you said this is confirming to us that. Okay, that's not my conversation. Thank you nonetheless for sending in your WhatsApp message. But looking at the text message portal, I did see a message earlier. Okay, that's not for me. So for those who have said vigilantes, yes, in Onelga did a marvelous job. But the one question is, if you ask of vigilante, I'm able to flush these boys. Even the question is, point we can see in the things that not dignity, that was an responsibility. Once you even relate to whatever to the police, we're not doing this with in the studio with the person in charge of the news watch on Saturday morning. Number one says it's not a perfect system just yet. What it is to give information. So I want that. I think example did the den is. This is where robbery. This is where their den is. And that will be one very easy way. Very easy way. Get this sorted out. But then again, that's why I'm not a security man, because I'm thinking a basic angle. I think. All right, people, and one more call and then wrap this one up. And up next, there is a law. There is a law that was made in the year 2012 that says governors and deputy governors who have retired, okay, I won't call it retirement, past governors and deputy governors are entitled to pension and certain welfare packages. When the Wike administration came on board, they talked about repealing that law. I wonder, because not much has been heard from, that day when they threatened to repeal. But we'll talk about it. And I have a question. Is there any governor, past and present, or any deputy governor, who, in your opinion, is eligible for pension and such welfare packages. You want to stay tuned to 92.3 Nigeria Info.
The show continues after this break on Nigeria Info.
Sincerely, I don't want to wait till I graduate from this school before I think of